I love the beach. I love the beach because there's waves at the beach. And I've been surfing for years and years now, and I love to surf. And once I got married and I started having kids, I had this dream that one day my kids would paddle out next to me and surf the waves with me. But think about how I get to that ultimate vision. Like when my kids are 2 and 3 years old, I'm starting to take them in the water. But how did I start them? Did I put my 2-year-old on a surfboard, push him out into the water and say, all right, go surf, go for it, let's see how you do? No, actually at the beginning of that process, I protected them. There was a lot of protection that I did, carrying them into the water. I'm putting them on my back, and I'm body surfing where we can stand up in the shallows. And there's this appropriate protection that I give my kids early on so they get accustomed, but that also so I can create a space where I'm going to train my kids. So I want them to be protected from the waves because they're not ready. They're not ready for those waves yet. And so in that protection then I'm beginning to train them, getting them used to the water. I'm teaching them how to read the water. I'm teaching them about currents. That not only do you have to think about the waves, but you have to think about what's underneath the waves, the water that moves under the water. You see that place over there where the water's discolored? That's a rip current. You have to watch how that'll pull you out. And so I'm training them in this protection so that one day I'll begin to start taking them out into the waves. And I'm not going to start with the big waves, we're going to start with the smaller waves. But eventually, my long-term goal for my kids is that they don't need me. They can paddle out on their own surfboards and ride the waves just like I can. In the same way, I think that parallels the way we need to train up our kids. Early on, given the cultural context that we're in, given the challenges that the culture is throwing at us, there has to be a lot of protection. We need to protect our kids from the corruption of the world and the corruption of the culture, but that's not our long-term goal. Isolation is not our long-term goal. Inoculation is. We want to equip them to be able to resist the culture. One day we want our kids to paddle out into the culture and to be able to deal with all of the different waves that they're going to be hit with, whether it's pornography or the hookup culture or sexual orientation or gender identity or affluence and consumerism or racial tension, whatever that pounding wave is going to be, we want to help them surf it well. So that's going to require protection and then training, intentional training to get them to that point. And those two things are key in helping our kids to engage this culture for the cause of Christ.